Hey guys, Gabetastic here. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a Marvel tier list. I've been doing this basically yearly, and this is the 2025 ranking. My opinions change over time. A lot of movies I haven't seen in a long time, but without further ado, this might be a long video. I don't know if I'm going to cut it, how I'm going to edit it, but let's get into it. So we have amazing, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and horrible. That's what I'm, actually, amazing is basically perfect. Perfection. Apparently I misspelled it. It's perfect. So let's get into it without further ado. So a lot of these I should add my own category of haven't seen. So actually I'm going to do that as well. Okay, but just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean I'm not a true Marvel fan. For anybody out there being like, oh my god, this guy's fake. I'm not fake. All right, not fake. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the ones I haven't seen out of the way. So Blade, I haven't seen. I'm going to get hate for that. Elena or whatever that, I can't even read it, it's so small. Is it the Fantastic Four? I believe it is. What is that? That's X-Men The Last Stand. Ghost Rider I've seen, but not enough to actually give an opinion on it. Punisher, I've seen the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. I haven't seen any of the Blade movies. I get so much smoke for that. Let's get into it. So the first thing we have here, it looks like the first Fantastic Four, which I actually really like. Not as much as I actually like Rise of the Silver Surfer. You know, we got all the main characters, you know, The Thing, Invisible Woman, Reed Richards. Is that his name? I'm pretty sure. Reed Richards. And Johnny Flame or Johnny. Yeah, the Human Torch. So I'm definitely gonna give this like a solid B tier. It's definitely not A tier, but it's pretty good. Now, the X-Men movies, I'm gonna try not to get too confused because the timeline is so I'm gonna try not to get too confused with the X-Men movies because their timeline is so confusing. So X-Men The Last Stand. So this is the one where she comes back alive after basically like saving the team, and they have to go after the mutant that could stop them from healing. Magneto loses his powers. It's all right. It's pretty mid. I'd say C tier for sure. All right, next up is Spider-Man 3. I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. Hate. I don't know what the word is. People are going to be fucking mad. You can be fucking mad if you want. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because I think that that Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man movie out of all of them besides Miles Morales. So, listen, hate me if you want, but dude, I mean, come on, bro. It's Spider-Man fucking 3, dude. We got Venom, we got Sandman, we got Green Goblin, Harry edition. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we got the love. You know, we got them cringe ass fucking dances. You know, we got Eddie Brock. You know, I do prefer the new Eddie Brock, even though apparently he's done now, but it is what it is. But it's amazing. Sorry, it's not my favorite Marvel movie, but it is the best Spider-Man movie. Next up, we got Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I would put in A tier. So I really like Rise of the Silver Surfer. I can't really say why. I just think the visuals are really cool when he opens up the pits. You know, all that stuff when they switch powers. I just think it's actually super cool. And I would love to see that in the MCU. I know it can't happen with a lot of them because a lot of them rely on technology or whatnot. But this was a really good take on it, and I really liked how they could just change powers. I think that was super cool. Next up is Iron Man. So this is the first one with Jebediah. I am going to put this in amazing because, I mean, it is the first Iron Man movie. It's where Robert Downey Jr., I wouldn't say made his big break, but did fucking amazing. And, you know, it's the man we all know and love. Loki, since I don't know, I'm just going to put it in don't know, and I'll put the other Hulk in don't know because the Hulk and the Incredible Hulk got me pretty confused, but I'm pretty sure Hulk is him just going against everybody, and the Incredible Hulk is him going against the military guy. I think. Stryker. No, not Stryker. That's X-Men. Dumb fuck. So next up we got X-Men Origins Wolverine. So this is an amazing movie. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It is Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine. How could it get worse than that? It can't. You know, we see how he gets his adamantium claws. Beautiful. You know, Stryker switched actors. It's cool. They do that a lot. You know, but hey, you know, we see the origin of the jacket. You know, super cool. You know, I think the Wolverine is an amazing. So next up we got Iron Man 2. Or is this Iron Man 3? This one with Whiplash. Isn't that his name? This is C tier, mid. The suit is super cool with the suitcase. Whiplash, I think is his name, is pretty mid. You know, I think electricity fucking up his suit in the first place was kind of stupid. C tier is a pretty good one. Next up is Thor the Dark, or no, this is just the first Thor. First Thor, I would say is B tier. I would definitely put it below Fantastic Four. It's just, you know, it's kind of cool, you know, but the whole point of the movie, you know, is him becoming worthy. Kind of gets old. You know, it's nothing too crazy. I'm scared because I don't think I'm going to remember Thor the Dark World. Loki, but I'm not sure. Next up we have X-Men First Class. Now, X-Men First Class I'm going to put above Iron Man, but below Spider-Man 3. Now, this is a hot take, but I think X-Men First Class is the perfect movie. It shows the buildup of the characters. It shows how they got their names. It shows Magneto's backstory, at least, you know, it usually does that for most of the movies. But anyway, but it shows their backstory. It shows how Charles Xavier lost his legs. Like, it goes in great detail. And I just love the villain. I love how he is basically, he's a fucking Nazi who's trying to absorb nuclear energy to fucking blow up the world and start a nuclear war. I believe that's the premise of the movie, and it's fucking beautiful. I think it's awesome. All right, next up is Captain America: The First Avenger. I'm gonna put this in amazing. I mean, basically any origin story, I'm probably gonna put in amazing. I mean, we love Captain America. I would low-key say that it's better than Iron Man, but I would definitely put the Wolverine above them. So I'm gonna try and do these in order, also of like best to least. So I'll try and do that as well. But yeah, I mean, it's Captain America: The First Avenger. Like, it's sick. The Avengers. Now, I'm gonna get a lot of hot heat for this, but the Avengers, the first Avengers, is cool. I love how they come together, but it's pretty mid. Honestly, you know, the whole point of going against Loki and everything like that, I think is cool. You know, because Loki's a great character, and I love Loki the series, but I'm gonna have to put it in B tier, and it's gonna be probably above. I would say it's above Fantastic Four for sure. Next up is The Amazing Spider-Man. Another hot take. This is gonna go in top of F tier or A tier because as I've watched these movies and we've seen the hate of The Amazing Spider-Man and whatnot, but Andrew Garfield, bro, has grown on me. The movies were great. I've watched them recently. I watched the first and second one with Electro, and I mean, dude, just the emotion, you know, throughout everything, you know, and going into No Way Home, like, it really just, like, it hits you. And so I think it's A tier for sure. I wouldn't put it in amazing, but it is very, very good. Next up is Iron Man 3. So Iron Man 3 is the one where he's Godric, what's his name, or something Killian, goes after him because he shut down one of his ideas or something like that. And I'm honestly gonna put this in D tier. Now, D tier, my reasoning is the movie was just boring. He had the Iron Legion, but the fact that, like, there was no stakes, you know, like, he was just blowing up stuff, which, I mean, you know, is pretty fucked up. But considering half the universe got snapped out of existence, and, you know, for example, the Silver Surfer was putting gaping fucking holes in the earth. X-Men First Class was going against a nuclear threat. I'm thinking this guy just blowing up convenience stores, pretty shit. Not gonna lie. Sorry about it, but it's not that good. All right, another hot take. The Wolverine. I put it above the Wolverine, or the X-Men Origins, sorry. The Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine. I put it above it. I think the movie's fucking awesome. You know, it has him protecting the dude from the nuclear blast, and I believe it was Hiroshima or Nagasaki, one of the two. And, you know, I just love how, like, it wasn't really a cliffhanger that he died, especially when he came out in the samurai armor, which I believe was made out of vibranium. Or, yeah, right? Vibranium? Adamantium. So, you know, super cool. Amazing movie. I love it. So this is the first X-Men. So if I can remember correctly, the first X-Men, oh God. I might low-key have to skip the X-Men movies because they're so confusing. I don't even know which one's which. Besides, like, X-Men 1, X-Men 2, X-Men 3. X-Men 2, I believe, is the one with Wade Wilson. Yeah, I can't even remember what some of these X-Men were about. I don't know which one's which. Thor: The Dark World, horrible. It's boring. It's fucking boring. I'm almost 100% positive I fell asleep to this many, many times. It's forgettable. The Reality Stone's cool. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was the Reality Stone. Like, it's mid. It's mid. I mean, it's pretty cool she gets some of it in her, I guess, but, like, that's about it. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, forgettable. D tier. Nothing crazy. I definitely would watch Iron Man 3 over Winter Soldier. It's pretty cool. We get to see Bucky Barnes not knowing it's Bucky Barnes, even though in Civil War we find out it's Bucky Barnes. But how did he not know it's Bucky Barnes? Like, it's just kind of stupid. But pretty cool. So The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is going in F or A. Damn, I'm saying F tier. It's going in A tier, or amazing tier. Sorry, because it's definitely not better than Iron Man. But the emotion when spoiler alert when Gwen dies, it is just beautiful. You know, Electro's build up, beautiful. You know, the story around them and around their love for each other. It is just, it's awesome. You know, I think it's great. And it's something that we haven't seen, especially with the main character's love interest basically dying. Like, I know we saw it now with Thor, Love and Thunder, and, you know, a couple other movies like that. But this one really hit, you know, so it's definitely A tier. Next up is Days of Futures Past. This movie I'm in love with. So it is going in an amazing tier, and it is going right below X-Men First Class above all the other ones. I think Days of Futures Past is one of the best X-Men movies there is. But I guess First Class first. I mean, dude, you go back, you see the original X-Men. He has to do a time crunch, you know, he's got to get there. You know, we see the Sentinels, you know, fucking him up in the beginning of the movie. You know, I love how they really reset the timeline. It fucked it all up, yeah, but fucking shit up and being confused is some of the fun parts about the movie. You don't know what's going on. You're really fucking confused, but you do know some of the characters. You know, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is honestly A tier. I would say it's better than The Amazing Spider-Man, better than Rise of the Silver Surfer, better than The Avengers. So yeah, A tier. I mean, you know, Groot, Rocket, Drax, Mantis, Star-Lord, and Gamora, you know, awesome. Waiting for her to actually go on Marvel Rivals one day. Next up is Avengers Age of Ultron. So I think Avengers Age of Ultron is A tier, definitely above Rise of the Silver Surfer, but not above The Amazing Spider-Man. I think Ultron's a sick character. I love that we get to see Quicksilver and Wanda in this movie. I love that it opens up their characters, but it's definitely not the best. Obviously, there's 2 more movies that are significantly better. So next up is Ant-Man. Now, Ant-Man is not a bad movie, but I'm definitely going to put it in B tier, and it would be above, not above the Avengers. I would much rather watch the Avengers than Ant-Man, but it's definitely going in, yeah, B tier. Just, you know, it's all right. You know, we get to see Scott Lang become Ant-Man. Pretty cool. It's another origin story. Nothing crazy. Fantastic Four rebooted. Fucking horrible. Get that shit out of here. Worse than Thor: The Dark World. I just don't like it. Shout out the actors, whoever the fuck they are, because they're forgettable. It's just not good. Next up is Deadpool. Deadpool is going right below Spider-Man 3. So Spider-Man 3 is a perfect movie in my opinion. It's one of the best Marvel movies out there. Not, well, in my top 10. It's in my top 10. Deadpool, I think, is awesome. I love Deadpool, as you know. I have his costume. I have a bobblehead. I have the chain. You know, I love Deadpool. So he's definitely going in amazing tier. Matter of fact, I'm so confident in my tier list that I'm going to add another row above, and I'm just going to call it perfection. And I am gonna rearrange my tier list just for a quick second. This is how I would have it. I would have Spider-Man 3 perfection, Deadpool perfection, X-Men First Class perfection, and X-Men Days of Future Past perfection. Great movie. Captain America Civil War is also perfection. I would not watch it over X-Men Days of Future Past or First Class, but it is a great movie. We get to watch the Avengers go head to head in a battle of going with or against the government, and it is just beautiful to see them finally fight it out. I saw a meme where it's like Tony Stark gets beat by a guy on steroids with a plate. Like, I think that's just a salad plate. Like, I think that's awesome. Next up is Spider-Man. So the first Spider-Man movie is great. I would say it's amazing. I would low-key, it's definitely better than all the other movies in the amazing category. I think Tobey Maguire is a great Spider-Man, and I think it's beautiful. X-Men Apocalypse, I'm gonna put in C tier above X-Men Last Stand. It's all right. You know, we get to see Apocalypse. He's pretty cool. We do get to see Quicksilver in action once again. Quicksilver is one of my favorite characters. Definitely not my top favorite, but he is one of my favorites. It was pretty mid, you know, and it's definitely better than Iron Man 3, for sure. Next up is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is an amazing movie. I would definitely put it below Spider-Man, though. I'd much rather watch Spider-Man than Doctor Strange. But, I mean, Doctor Strange is a badass. He is a doctor with powers, and he no longer doctors. He just powers. He just, you know, like, that's sick. That's fucking sick. That's all I gotta say about it. Next up is Logan. This movie is perfection. Oops. Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's a long movie, but it is a great movie. Charles Xavier, you know, and then finding X-23, I just think is a beautiful movie. I think him dying was awesome. I think the ending of his story was great until he didn't. And that's why I think this X-Men timeline was perfectly ended with Logan and rebooted. I think this was the perfect way to reboot a movie, unlike the fucking Fantastic Four. Definitely perfection. Logan is a great movie. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I'm gonna put this in D tier. Forgettable. It's cool, but not really. There's no point. There's no character development. There's no risks. You know, we find out he's a I can't even remember, celestial, not a celestial. He might have been. I can't remember. He's a god, basically. And you know, that's it. You know, that's it. We find out his dad killed his mom, but other than that, nothing good happens. Nothing Groot happens. The one had more emotion where we thought Groot died. The first movie, like, no. It's D tier, man. Shit's ass. Next up is Spider-Man No Way Home, I believe. Or, sorry, Spider-Man Homecoming. So this movie is A tier. It's definitely not the best of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, but it is good. It is good. I do like, Vulture. I think he's a pretty cool character. I do actually low-key like the twist where we find out that his daughter is dating Spider-Man or going out with Spider-Man, which I think is awesome. I think that's pretty funny and cool. But yeah, other than that, it's A tier. Next up is Thor Ragnarok. I think Thor Ragnarok is a really funny movie, but I definitely, after a while, got sick of it. So I put it above the Avengers, but below the Amazing Spider-Man, because I just think it's good. You know, he finds out he can do lightning powers without his hammer. You know, we meet Hela, and I think, you know, it's pretty cool, but it's not amazing. It's not amazing, but it is a very good Thor movie. Next up is Black Panther. I'm going to be putting this in perfection, but it is going to be the lowest on perfection. I think Black Panther is a very good movie with Killmonger and his sister and his mother, and just the Vibranium storyline of how it went around. Like, I think it's just awesome. I think Killmonger is a great character, and rip Chadwick Boseman, but man, did he fucking kill this role. What a great movie. Perfection. Next up is Avengers Infinity War. Now, I'm going to put Avengers Infinity War above basically all of them. It's definitely above in perfection, sorry. It's above Spider-Man. It is a great movie. It's Thanos coming in, slaying hoes, taking names, being that boy. He is that man. He is the killer. He is the real killer. He's the real deal. And he comes in and he gets that shit done. And we watch a villain win for the first time, basically. So next up is Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2, I thought, is a great movie. I wouldn't put it in amazing. I'd put it in... no, I would put it in amazing. But where? I'd put it below Doctor Strange. For sure. Deadpool 2, below Doctor Strange, above Wolverine, for sure. Captain America, Iron Man. Yeah. It has Cable in it. You know, it has Domino. I love Domino. Me and my girlfriend, actually, I'll pop it up on screen. We dressed up as Deadpool and Domino for Halloween. It was super cool. It was our take on Domino, so not Domino, like, you know, it was our... We didn't have a cosplay, you know, but yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm gonna put in D tier. It's forgettable. It's boring. Venom. So I used to be obsessed with this movie. I'm telling you, I watched it at least once a week for at least a couple months straight. Such a great movie. It's definitely imperfection, in my opinion. Above X-Men, no. Above Civil War, no. Above Logan, yes. And above Black Panther. Hot take, I know. But dude, I think Eddie Brock is a great character in this movie. I think the humor is there. I think they couldn't have been violent with it. Obviously, it's PG-13, but it is a great movie. Next up is Spider-Man Miles Morales. I believe this is Into the Spider-Verse or whatnot. I can't remember the name of this, but it's perfection. It's top of tier, top line, great movie. It is Spider-Man Miles Morales is perfection. They did everything right. The art style, the story, the emotion, just the looks of it, the feeling you get from watching these movies are like anything else I've experienced with other Spider-Man movies or other movies in general. So it's perfection. Captain Marvel, I'm low-key gonna put this shit in C tier because I didn't mind it. I thought it was cool seeing her backstory. I love how badass she is. I just wish they would bring her back in a badass way. You know, we're gonna see with the new series with Doctor Doom and yada yada yada, Doctor Doom, but we'll see how that goes. Next up is Avengers Endgame. I'm putting Endgame below Miles Morales because, bro, Endgame is a great movie. It is perfection. We get to see Thanos win, then lose. We get to see the Avengers defeated and come back strong. You know, I love how they go in the past and collect all the Infinity Stones. I love that Hawkeye and Black Widow have to face it out to the death, and Black Widow obviously ends up fucking losing. You know, and it was really emotional, the whole movie, you know, and when Iron Man died, I mean, come on, you know, and I'm really excited to bring back Robert Downey Jr. I know a lot of people are like, come on, think of something original, but I think bringing back old people in different timelines is kind of the whole point of Marvel. So, perfection. Next up is Dark Phoenix. This is X-Men Dark Phoenix. I'm gonna have to put this at the, I'll put it in the middle of A tier. It's alright. It's nothing crazy. I think it was better than X-Men The Last Stand by a fucking fat fucking margin, considering X-Men The Last Stand is in fucking C tier. Maybe it's... I would say X-Men The Last Stand is top of D tier, low-key. No, matter of fact, I would watch Guardians of the Galaxy over Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, my reasoning for putting Dark Phoenix in A tier is because I just like her story. I like this Jean Grey. I like how, fuck she is. I like it. I just love how, like, you know, she doesn't give a fuck. She ends up killing Mystique. Next up is Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm gonna have to put this in amazing. It's definitely better than it's definitely better than Deadpool 2 and all these other movies, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well. But it is just a great movie. Mysterio tricking Peter, you know, faking all of his attacks, but eventually using the drones to actually do a real attack and then blaming Peter, I just think is an awesome take. I love the hologram fights, and you know, the ending is really just the best thing in the whole world. That cliffhanger, you know, really sparked something into absolute greatness. I saw Black Widow, but it was so forgettable. I don't even remember it, so I'm just gonna put it in horrible because I'm almost positive I've seen it and it was just fucking trash. Next up is Shang-Chi. So Shang-Chi, I'm actually gonna put at the top of A tier, because I think that Shang-Chi is a great movie. I love the story of the Ten Rings. I think it is just beautiful. I think the art style is great. I think his emotion, I think the fighting and just the atmosphere is really cool, and I'm really excited to see him in the MCU later on. Eternals, I'm gonna put in C tier because it's definitely better than X-Men. better than Guardians of the Galaxy though? Really, Gabe? I'll put it in D tier. It's D tier. I wouldn't say it's horrible. It's definitely kind of fucked because I don't remember any of the characters. But I think the fact that a Celestial is coming out of the Earth is pretty fucking cool, even though they never mention it again, ever. Like, where the fuck does he go? Like, there's a whole, like, half a head and, like, a finger sticking out of the ground. Like, is it gonna ignore that? Like, I don't know. Spider-Man No Way Home, top of perfection. It is one of the best Spider-Man movies, if not the best Spider-Man movie of all time. I know I said that about Miles Morales, but when we're talking about MCU, this is perfection. It brings back Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, the Lizard, Sandman, Electro, you know, Doc Ock. You feel his pain when Aunt May dies, when he talks to Andrew, when Andrew saves fucking Mary Jane, bro, like MJ, bro, like, oh my god, bro, that shit got me fucking nutting. It's got me nutting. It's just so good. It's perfect. Great movie. Next up is Morbius. So I actually watched this movie a lot. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. I honestly didn't mind it. I didn't mind Morbius. I thought it was pretty fucking stupid, but I thought it was so stupid that I enjoyed it a lot. So I think it is better than X-Men Apocalypse. It's definitely better than all the other movies below it. Guardians of the Galaxy for sure. That's a hot take. I'm gonna get fucking flamed for that one. Multiverse of Madness. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's going in perfection. I think Multiverse of Madness is a great movie. I love the fact that they go into multiple timelines in this. I love that America is just fucking killing it with her powers, and like now she has her powers figured out for the most part. She's gonna try and find her family. Love how they bring back a couple different versions. Like they bring back Captain Carter, and I think that's sick. I think they bring back Reed Richards. I'm sure. Let me look up Reed Richards to make sure I actually got this name right. Oh yes, so they bring back Reed Richards, you know, and Bolt, I think was his name, which is pretty cool. You know, I love WandaVision in this. I love WandaVision. Or Wanda Maximoff. I said WandaVision like the show. But Scarlet Witch, awesome. I love how evil she is. I love that she literally kills these heroes right in front of our eyes. Every single one of them. She literally snaps Charles Xavier's neck. That is fucking sick. Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm gonna put it in amazing. I thought it was a great, funny movie. Definitely a hot take. I know a lot of people dislike the movie, but I just don't see how you could dislike it because it's great. It's above Spider-Man Far From Home, Far From Home, Deadpool 2, yeah, like, it's great. Spider-Man 2, C tier. It's mid. Not that cool. Doc Ock's cool, but Spider-Man 3 is way better, in my opinion. Way better. Now, for the final movie that actually isn't here, is going to be an honorable mention, I suppose, which is Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine is definitely going to be right at the top. I actually just noticed that they also don't have the second Miles Morales movie, which I would put above No Way Home. So I'd put No Way Home, and then I would put Deadpool and Wolverine, and then I would definitely put Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which would be the Miles Morales movie for sure. So this is the final tier list for this year. I want to go back real quick and just look at my old tier list and see what I did there. So in this one, I have insane, A, B, average, D, and bad. So I don't know what my takes are on these, but I am curious. I believe I did shows with this as well, and I might have actually ranked the X-Men movies because I watched them back then. So I kind of want to go to the end and see how we're doing. Yeah, so I did do the shows. So insane, I have, of course, Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man 1. No, actually, that is Spider-Man 3, I believe. Second. No, Spider-Man 3 is an A tier, really? Okay, Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I definitely knocked that down. I wouldn't put Far From Home in insane, though. I would love to hear my reasoning on that. I'm definitely going to have to do a reaction video to see why I put these there, but yeah. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like and subscribe for more Gabe-tastic videos. I might do a video where I react to myself ranking these because this would actually be super interesting. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.